think that was close to 3 hours. You don't see a lot of those anymore, especially with the push and pace of play. 5 years ago, that would have been a 4-hour match there. So, I mean, just a great battle, two teams, and you know that first match of the year, you know, and some jitters. We had quite a few people that got in tonight. That was their first college match, and I think early on you could kind of tell that everybody had a little bit of jitters. Mimi came out of the gates and really kind of announced her presence with authority, and you know, and then we just were gritty and gutted it out. I think probably around somewhere in the second set or maybe early in the third set. Had a couple players that were really struggling with cramping, but yet they were still balling out and playing pretty well and wanting to stay in. And you know, it was a great team effort for us tonight.
Kelly, you were talking about wanting to learn about this team in this first match. What's the biggest thing that you learned about this group that maybe you didn't know before tonight?
They need to drink electrolytes before the match starts would be one of them. That would be helpful. You know, I mean, one of the things we talked a lot about is, you know, I think, you know, we've got quite a few of our players that their character, or not their character, but their tendency is to get insular inside themselves when, you know, when they make an error or things are tough, and you know, it's really hard to win in this sport if you're doing that. And I thought we did a really great job of just connecting and communicating and moving on to the next play. And you have to have those things. And I would say that that's been a work in progress. That's been a constant theme with us. But man, I mean, 10,000 fans, that's, you know, there's not a lot of regular season matches that we played at home that are having over 10,000. And so that's, you know, probably one of the top 10 most fans in a home match that we've had. And so many people are playing their first college match. It's, you know, I mean, it's, you know, this first match, so you say maybe the stakes aren't as high, but in their mind, you know, you gotta go through it. And I thought we did a really great job of staying together and working through the ups and downs in the length of that match.
For Carter and Alicia, might have preferred to have this go more easily, and yet to get pushed to a fifth set against a team who's already played 2 5-set matches. What do you think this does for your group, knowing even at the end you're having to win this with Mimi on the sidelines?
Yeah, I think that, you know, we talked about learning who we are. I think we're a group that never wants the easy way out, even if that's an option. So, no, I don't wish we had won that more easily, because that would be fool's gold. This tournament, right at the beginning of the season, is meant to tell us exactly where we are. And we don't do that if we're not out there playing competitive teams, seeing how we perform in 4 or 5 setters, and seeing how we bounce back. So, you know, I think it speaks to how much fight we have in us, and, you know, how we're just able to put together a humdinger of a match after all the things, the cramping and the 3 hours and all of that. You know, I think we just did a really good job.
Yeah, I think it also speaks to the depth we have on our team. I think we saw a lot of moving parts in and out of the game, and so I think that we have a lot of players that, especially young players, that can come in and just tear it up, and so I was really impressed with them. And so I think being able to go to a 5-set fight and then see them come in and just steal the show was amazing.
For anyone of y'all, when it comes to in the third set, Kansas comes back for a 16-14 lead, and then you answer with 9 consecutive points. Just what happened during that set that helped turn the tide back in your favor?
If memory served me well. I thought we started playing clean volleyball. We picked up some big time blocks. It's it was a little bit of a streaky match. I thought, which is, I mean, these first few weeks, I mean, you see that a ton, a lot of streakiness, and we played clean. They gave us a couple points there, and proud of our ability to keep the foot on the gas.
Carter, this is not your first season opener, so having that extra week, what do you think the impact of that was for personally the team and maybe the quality of play?
I feel like this is the most prepared I felt with a group of girls, like my entire career in college. Just, I don't know, it made so much of a difference, just with the chemistry, and we got to the fifth set, and like an actual conversation that we're having on the sideline is, guys, we've done this before. Like, we have had so much practice. We have done this exact scenario in practice over and over and over again. So I feel like the adding on that week really helped to increase our preparedness, and to get the best volleyball out of each and every team that we're seeing that we possibly can. I mean, it's like tournament level play right now. Like, teams are coming out swinging. And I think it's great for the sport. It's great for us. So I think it's been great.
Kelly, you were mentioning Mimi coming out with authority and announcing herself with authority. Only 26 kills there. Kind of, how do you sum up kind of what she did tonight? And for you guys, kind of, how did that set up opportunities when she's such a threat there?
Yeah, and she passed probably more as much as the next two people on our team passed. I think she might have led our team with, or second on our team with blocks. As an outside hitter, she filled the stat sheet, right? And that's what elite players just have this strength about them, and she certainly had that. But she wasn't the only one tonight that had that strength.
Was she one of the ones with cramps at the end? And beyond that, you started with a different lineup than what you did in the exhibition. You worked on different things, and then over the course of the night, things changed. Different people came in, like Alicia referred to. From your standpoint, seeing from Quest to Warren to on down the line, people, and Grace Egan coming back at the end and contributing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a team effort, and that's for us to reach our potential. It's everybody's got to be ready, and if you mentioned Grace, and she took some really great swings there when she came back in the fifth set, and really proud of her. I mean, anything jumping out at you tonight?
Yeah, I was really impressed with the scrappiness of our DS players, that each one of them that came in, when Anaya came in, Chris just taking over, I think that it speaks to how hard that they push each other and that they work in practice. I think that one thing that really stands out is the warrior spirit with this team, and like how specifically our back row players like practice together, push each other, and then make each other better in the game.
Thank you.